1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check. Make sure we're good right now. Welcome to the show. It's the Home Shooter Fishing Show. I got my guy Uncle P here today with me today. We're gonna talk about a little bit of freeze game from California. How these halibut actually came into place out here. He knows more than I do. I've been fishing with him down my whole life. Honestly, he knows more than I do. Talk about the halibut. When did they start getting introduced to the bay?
Here's the deal. No one wants to listen, no one wants to hear about it, but back in 1980, the halibut first showed up in San Francisco Bay because in the 70s, there were hundreds of boats fishing for stripers every day. Treasure Island, Alcatraz, Angel Island, South Bay. People were always fishing for stripers with live bait, lures. They was just on them. No one ever caught halibut. Caught an occasional leopard shark, caught bat ray once in a while, but that's how it was. We'd get a lingcod or rockfish until 1980, when someone caught a couple of halibut along the freeway trolling for striped bass. Then everybody's like, what is that? It's like, it's a halibut. No one even knew what a halibut looked like. And then right around 81, they started coming. They picked up a few behind Treasure Island. And after that, they just became more and more and more. And people say, oh, there was always halibut. There was not. Were there too many drag boats back then? Probably so. There were probably over 100 drag boats dragging off the coast of San Francisco. But still, you figure some would come in to San Francisco Bay, but no one ever caught them. Using live anchovies, live shiners, smelt, lures. No one ever caught halibut until after 1980. And now, look at it. Completely out of control. Look at this year. Most halibut anybody ever seen. Completely out of control this year. Oyster Point's parking lot all the way out to the street almost. They had to bring in overflow parking, people getting limits. It wasn't not if you were going to get a limit. It was like, what time you're going to get a limit. I launched at 9 o'clock. I was out of the water at 10:30. We had limits for 2. It was easy. No one ever seen those kind of fish before. But
So what about the limits now, though?
Well, the limits now, what happened back, I think it was around 90, when we saw the people catching too many halibut. The party boats would come down and like mop the bay. And they were getting limits of 5 per person. So we acted to save the fish and got the limit reduced to 3, which was fine. Until now we got such an influx of people and mismanagement where you can't fish for salmon, you can't fish for other things. Everyone started targeting the halibut. So now they got the limit supposedly down to 2. But they rely on word of mouth, because if you look for the regulations now, you still can't see where it says 2. I talked to for a better word, a hillbilly fellow the other day. He had 3 halibut, and he says, I do not see where the limit is lowered to 2. But I guess by next season, halibut even have a season now. God forbid. How's it possible? There's so many halibut came from out of nowhere. But there are no more drag boats. There's only 1 or 2 drag boats out of Fisherman's Wharf, and they're busy catching sole and rockfish. And I believe out of Half Moon Bay, there might be 4 drag boats that target halibut. But this year they say it was slow, meaning the commercial hook and line boats probably delivered so much fish that they flooded the market in the month of May. Who wants to buy drag boat halibut when you can get hook and line halibut, bled, thrown into the ice right away, and coming out live stiff? I mean, sashimi grade quality. Or you want that drag boat stuff that's all beat up and red and nasty. Cut it.